flames out, pistons push against my lips as the cargo shuttle screamed their fine on metallic farewell into the thick gray marrow of the sky where the last exit burns a bitter copper salt upon my tongue. With a click thud, the gravity of the gantry's groans under a trillion tons of neglect as the oxygen thieves flee, leaving needles swallow the iron grit of this tomb. Hydraulic fluids leak a pungent purple racket that smells like a shattered spine while the wind whips a hurricane of razor wire through my thinning breasts as the city expands until it fills the entire universe. Clang, clang, the rhythm of that rejection is a symphony of scrap metal and grease that vibrates through the soles of my boots until I become the very engine that the world forgot to fuel. Breathing in the sediment, standing on the edge of everything, just a ghost of graphite, just a stain of what I hold in on a shell. Grip the bits and glimmer of the filter flicker. I am a thin wire spinner in a dinner dinner. Micro fears, macro gears, tracing the pacing of the casing, racing internal valve thump signal pump. Sliding sideways, highway spy, play the humdrum num thumb. Pressing the lens lid, halogen sting, cold gold ring. Static nerve, frantic swerve, blinding shadows on the curve. Screaming silence in the optic well. Stitch the signal, switch the signal. Every flicker is a whisper in the system. Clatter, scatter, data, matter, siphoning the secrets of the circuit veins. Sibilant script, sit, script, the track, a trace, race, pace, on explosive flow, hyper-aware, stare, glare, watch the watcher, catch the catcher. Pulsing, blink, link, goes ping, sting, singer, grit, stitch, twitch, the pitch black binary. Visible, invisibles, audible mutes. Rip the root, kill the boot. Static switch, sift, sift, switch.
My throat is a rusting wire, frayed and thin. No pulse in the copper, no ghost in the skin. No response from the orbit, no orbit at all. The frequency dies against the concrete wall. The dial turns a clockwise crawl, scanning the spectrum, waiting for the fall. The hum of the battery is all that remains. A biological error in the digital veins. The silence is a scream, a deafening roar. I am the static wash on a saltless shore. Deleted from the ledger, her zero in the code. The quiet is heavy, a crushing payload. machine left a hollow frequency, a systemic theft. No one is there. Just a vibration of the thinning air. The signal is broken. The signal is me, drifting away into the binary sea.
Iron jaw, sooty breath exhales from broken glass. Jagged steel extends its rusted claws, watching every flicker on the path. Pillars aim to catch your frantic pulse. Stone ribs shudder in a rhythmic spasm. The architecture aims to just repulse, waiting for a slip into the chasm. Leather boots tread on the frozen spill. Hungry eyes fix on the static line. The blueprint bends against a human will, merging with the geometric design. Reaching through the cables of the tower, vanishing within the solid frame. Gaining every predatory power, losing every syllable of a name. In the mortar, in the metal frame.
copper and the wire and the salt and the grease, and the lung and the iron and the rhythmic release. Rib cage over starving hound snapping at the breeze. Kinetic momentum against the industrial freeze. Slaver on the pavement where the obsidian bleeds, and the sensor and the valve and the logic recedes. Force is the singular measurement of force. Source is the internal combustion of the source. Speed is the only metric of speed. Lead is the heavy burden of lead. Need is the primal motor of need. Thumping in the cylinder, the piston demands, pumping out the crimson through the mechanical hands. Biological ignition of the high-octane glands. Steel is screaming for the wash of the sands. Turn the biological into the engine of power. Burn the psychological in the final hour. The crankshaft begs for a gallon of the vein, and the gear and the tooth and the link and the crane. Concrete architecture feeling all of the pain. Synthetic ferocity of just the hurricane. Terminal velocity inside the cerebral drain. Life is the fragile wreckage of life. Strife is the sharpening edge of the strife. Combustion velocity, industrial ferocity, synaptic atrocity, mechanical pomposity. Break the calibration of the neural capacity. Drive the acceleration with a brutal audacity. And the pump and the thud and the surge and the crash. Blood is the only currency of blood. And the pump and the thud and the surge and the crash. Blood is the only currency of
taste is just a minor rust. The velvet seat is thick with settled dust. I almost smudge upon a wider screen. A static hum within the clock machine. My left side leaks a bit across the floor. It is nothing that I have not seen before. The gears are grinding down to silver sand. A single pulse within a shaking hand. The architecture crumbles bit by bit. I find a corner where I choose to sit. I am not quite a vessel that is full. I am not quite a gravity or pull. This casing holds nothingness so deep. A promise that I did not mean to keep. I had a frame that carries on the weight, accepting every fracture as my fate. Do you remember how my speech would flow? I buried all the names I used to know. I tell you ghosts of rows of empty chairs, but silence is the only thing that cares. I have misplaced the pigment of my taste. A nameless quit within a hollow space. The rim shot clicks against the granite wall. I am the debris left inside the hall. A tiny speck beneath the rafters high, waiting for the mercury to dry. The drive persists within the narrow nerve, a jagged path that I am forced to curve. soot and the grease. The pressure builds the final piece. Pavement, piston, friction, grease. The steel inhales the lungs of peace. Leather-weighted boots, pulse speed logic, static, silent, siren screech. My narrow turns to molten ore. The asphalt groans beneath the floor. Tender center, iron grip. Solid stance, mental flip. The gravity pulls the shadow down. The only pillar in the town. Melts in the frame to harden the spirit. Harden the frame to melt the spirit. Liquid lead flows through hollow foam. The last one upright field of stone. Crushing the weight. Weight crushing the spine. Get his watch with unblinking glass eyes. The oil swallow is the ghost of the skies. I am the skyscraper, the skyscraper is my skin. To begin again, to end up begin. Copper wire nerves, tungsten resolve. The problem remains, the man will dissolve. Heavy pressure, slow combustion. Dense gravity, total suction. Molten limbs, frozen sight. Forging the ghost, bending the flight. Iron grip, tender core. Solid stance, meant to roar. Liquid lead, but steel remains. One man standing, solid.
Post, cold breath, sharp mind, hard stone, slow climb, concrete, on beat, raw power, lost hour, manual, can you pull, I am the piston, grinding the gears, I am the engine, ending the years, my city, scanners, sweep the floor, my city, scanners, find the door, static, drill. Locked in the cage, I finally breathe. Caught in the maze, I never leave. The rhythm is rigid, the rhythm is cold. For a story of silence that finally told. Lead sky, lead ground, lead walls, lead sound, tactile. Set, the summit is waiting, the apex is met. The walls provide a perfect liberty. The prison makes a perfect symmetry. Free to rot, free to stay in this block of granite gray. Step. The iron is rising, the iron is moving. Unstoppable force, a mechanical course. Pulse.
And it's resolve, you have to climb towards the apex claims his lungs and its history. He takes his blade and a final leave. Gears kicking, metal snapping cables, humming electric passes racing through the marrow, static in the frequency. Why bother now? I Gravity pulls the lead, lead weighs the boots. Boots crush the gravel, gravel marks the path of the atmosphere. Even with this friction, he shed his blood and his hesitation. Cold air, lungs burning concrete, shift skin silhouette, stretching, thinning, oxygen fading. One step, one breath, one stride. The city watches, the city waits, the sky remains, the sky forgets. Liquids and silver spills upon the grit neath my boots, soaking shimmers between the scale and the road. Ranging the fractals, where the pulse never stops. Above the pressure as the gravity drops. The luminescence is a velvet clad hum, waiting for the moment when the currents become. Beating the ghost span is a shivering glass. Watching the shadows of the machinery pass. My ticking engine is a cage full of birds, juggling the chops of the logic breaks when I could scream, but the holding the static until it ready to. My lungs are folding, origami legs, swallowing the thunder that the giants fed. The silent riot ends a violet bloom, sweeping the orbit with a lead-weighted broom. One man standing on the edge of the fracture, breathing the smoke of a ghost print manufacture. You parasites upon the wires, feeding fun to greed, sucking from the marrow of the very thing you need. You're less than the vapors beneath the debris. You thought you escaped, but you're locked in with me. My thoughts are square edge, clouds of stone, drinking the static from the pavement alone until the sequence starts to. Because the power is stillness is a blade between the ribs of the town. I am the anchor dragging the vertical down. No more whispers from the liars in the wire. Just a heavy storm as the rhythm gets higher. The obsidian span is a blow big trap. I am the spark in the synaptic gap. The grid is light, the riot is silent. Heavy, obsidian, everything.
melting chrome, finding here a jagged home, like a falling star in a coal mine. I tear from the fabric of design, the enforcer bleeds a digital oil, tangled in the iron coil.
Behold the majestic geometry of the scrap, the sovereign of the land, though the emperor of soot. I had mapped the silence like a predatory trap, and claimed the golden fraction with the heavy iron foot. The victory is total and the oxygen is thin. I am the final witness to the closing of the date, a masterpiece of wreckage where the metal meets the skin, the undisputed master of a geometric fate. My subjects are the pistons that forgot how to rotate. My army is a collection of static and debris. I am polishing the silver in a very frantic state, one a glorious achievement for a ghost such as me. The copper chocolate plus is on the temple of the skull, a bit of jagged ornament of everything I had won. The resonance is hollow and the frequency is dull, a solitary master of a day that is never done. I wear the heavy burden of the only one who stayed, a jagged iron halo in the center of the dust, the architect of nothing in the kingdom of the frayed, the lonely king of Mercury, the monarch of the bust. I dreamed of noble purpose, of a destiny of grit. Then I bit a pebble and I chipped a molar bone. The grand design is fractured by an inconvenient bit. A hero with a toothpick on a melted plastic throne. My brothers took a holiday within the cooling clay, a permanent retirement, a slumber really deep. They found a hidden exit while I chose the harder way, to guard the broken circuits while the tired legion sleep. Like Bellerophon wandering the vast Aleian plain, I have fallen from the Pegasus of tactical intent, the atlas of the shipyard feeling every ounce of strain. The currency of violence is already spent. I am the last vibration in a world that lost its pulse, the singular survivor of a binary mistake. There is no one remaining to admit or to oppose. The kingdom is a memory that refuses to play. One man standing on the summit of the grind, the heavy metal halo is a button in a ball, controlling every moment and don't want a chromatic time. The king of absolutely nothing anymore. The copper teeth align, the piston slows your stroke. The copper teeth align, the piston slows your stroke. Stroke, 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 auto drifts onto the gray dust, the metal shell feels cold. One cylinder remains heavy and hot, I count the steady falling drops. The gears lock into a final stance, the ground is littered with spent casings, the air smells of ozone and salt, the shadow stretches toward the east. Since the primary sequence concluded before the structural integrity failed, the silence performs itself in a current breathing machine. The minute hand strikes the vertical line, the minute hand strikes the vertical line, the seconds halt within the rusted spine, the minute hand strikes the vertical line. Oxidized iron stains the palms, the horizon bleeds a booze violet, a single wire hums with residual current, the stranger with calibrated eyes and a steady pulse. 0 hour starts now. 0 hour starts now. 0 hour starts now.
Calculating gravel on the curb. Ain't no turning back to where the block got blurred. Walking with a tire distance down this lonely lane. Everything I knew is just a memory stain. The city seems to let us silence past the gate. I'm stepping through the jagged teeth of iron fate. Entering the sky, fracture where the clouds collide. Searching for the steel bloom on the other side. A rust drift settles on my tattered sleeve. In this glass waste, there is nothing left to leave. Be on the edge where the frozen skyline breaks. I'm holding on to dread, trust for the choices that I make. The horizon is a silver blade of sharp regret. Searching for a sun that hasn't found us yet. A steady pulse within the rhythm of the storm. Walking towards a place where nothing has a form. No more rusting for a scrap of copper dream. Now the atmosphere is ripping at the seam. The wind is breathing bitter secrets in my ear. Ain't no room for any hesitation here. The ruins are a skeleton of what we built. Washing off the grime and all the heavy guilt. Hark to the whistle of the northmost gale, wherein the ancient promises shall surely fail. Thou art the witness to the end of all we knew. Betwixt the old world and the bitter blue, the rhythm flows to a singular metallic strike. Right, walking down the path that no one's ever liked. Tight, final notes are hanging in the frozen air. Nothing left to lose and nothing left to spare.